Hello. Now let us learn how to find the oxidation number of oxygen atom in potassium superoxide. So before we step into this question, I would like to give some of the basic concepts which are related to this. Remember, when oxygen reacts with whenever oxygen reacts with an element, there are three possibilities actually. It can form three types of compounds. Let us name them. First is can be an oxide, it can be a peroxide like hydrogen peroxide, and the third one is superoxide. What's the difference? Whenever we consider oxygen is electronegative atom, so therefore it has a tendency to carry a negative charge. If I consider oxide, each oxygen atom carries two negative charges, O2 minus ion. This ion will be present. Similarly, if I consider, I'll just write within the square bracket. If I consider peroxide will have O minus ion. Each oxygen atom carries one negative charge. If I just combine two oxygen atoms for this, therefore it will be O2 2 minus. This ion will be there in peroxides. If I consider superoxides, oxygen will have minus half charge, or we can consider that O2 minus. By the identification of these ions like O2 minus, O2 2 minus and O minus, one can justify that whether it can be an oxide or a peroxide or a superoxide. Let me take an example. Example, I want to write potassium oxide. I want to write the formula for potassium oxide. Potassium oxide, potassium peroxide, potassium peroxide, potassium peroxide, and potassium superoxide. I don't know the formula, I need to derive it. Potassium superoxide. Yeah. Potassium always carries K plus. Oxide is, what did I tell you? It is O2 minus. Using crisscross method, if I want to write the formula, it will be K2O. K2O is the formula for potassium oxide. Similarly, potassium peroxide, K plus, O minus is stable, that's why I am taking O2 2 minus, peroxide ion, O2 2 minus. Using crisscross method, you get K2O, K2O2. Then what about potassium superoxide? It is K plus and O2 minus. Therefore, we get KO2. So this is how you can write the formula for any oxide, peroxide or superoxide. By knowing the charge of cation, this is the cation, and we can write the formula. And one more important thing I would like to mention, whenever we specify the name potassium oxide, so left hand side we usually write the less electronegative element, and on the right hand side we write the more electronegative element. Among potassium and oxygen, definitely oxygen is more electronegative, therefore the name should end with oxide, like that. And one more important thing is oxygen can also show positive oxidation state. That is possible only with fluorine. So when oxygen combines with, when there's an exception actually, very important note it is, very important note. When oxygen combines with fluorine, fluorine, you get two types of compounds. It can be O2F2, O2F2 or OF2. These two togetherly known as oxy, because among fluorine and oxygen is less electronegative. Therefore, the name should start as oxy, end with the more electronegative element, that is oxyfluorides. They are known as oxyfluorides. How to find the oxidation number? It will be, I'll write it as 2x plus fluorine. Each fluorine will have minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, x will be equal to plus 1. In O2F2, oxygen will have plus 1 oxidation state. Similarly, if I consider OF2, oxygen, so x plus 2 into minus 1 equal to 0, x is equal to plus 2. Therefore, the oxidation number of oxygen will be plus 2. These two are the exception. So now let us come back to the question which is given. Oxidation number of oxygen is oxygen in potassium superoxide. See, it's easy. So minus half, which I've already learnt it if it is a superoxide. But still, we know the formula for potassium superoxide is KO2. Just now we learnt it. Then find the oxidation number. It is plus 1 plus 2x is equal to 0. X is equal to minus half. Minus half. And if it is minus 2, it must be an oxide. It must be an oxide. Minus half means what? Superoxide. Superoxide. Minus 1 is peroxide. Peroxide. And 0 means it is an elemental sulfur. Sorry, elemental oxygen. O2. Elemental oxygen. So this is how you can solve questions like this. If the formula is not given, you must be familiar with this concept. Thank you.